Dear friends, welcome to yet another installment of Strategic Power. In this video, we're going to talk about the incredible air defense that managed to neutralize 99% of the threats coming from Iran. This teaches us a lot about the importance of strategic partnerships, the effectiveness of fighter jets in protecting against drones and cruise missiles, and the difficulty of saturating modern defense systems. Will this defense represent a major setback for Iran? If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. During the early morning hours of April 13th and 14th, there was the largest drone attack in history, along with one of the largest missile attacks in recent decades. 170 drones, 30 cruise missiles, and 120 ballistic missiles were launched. Extremely lethal weapons capable of causing devastating damage, with over a ton of warheads, enough to destroy large areas. However, despite the enormous force of these attacks, 99% of them were intercepted, many before even reaching the target's airspace. But what are the lessons that this highly effective defense has left us? Before answering this question, it's important to understand Tehran's objective with this offensive. When a country launches a large number of missiles and drones against a target that it knows is well protected, the goal is to saturate the enemy's defenses, hoping that at least part of the attack manages to get through and wreak havoc. This is exactly what Vladimir Putin is doing in Ukraine, launching many drones and missiles, aware that most will be shot down, but hoping that at least some will hit important targets and cause significant damage. For Tehran, if at least 10% of the more than 300 missiles and drones launched managed to hit any target, even a limited amount, it would already be considered a victory for the regime. However, by losing 99% of all the ordnance launched, many of them being destroyed even before approaching the target, the result for the Tehran regime was a major operational failure in the defensive realm. The main lesson learned from this defense was the importance of having strong allies truly committed to providing protection. According to information from Tel Aviv, the defense involved a broad coalition that involved the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and even Islamic nations such as Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. The Jordanian Air Force was responsible for successfully intercepting and shooting down some missiles and drones. According to reports, the United States alone shot down around 80 missiles and drones, while French, British, and Jordanian aircraft successfully intercepted dozens of others. In the end, only Tel Aviv's aircraft and defenses had to intercept those that managed to get through, estimated at approximately 40% of the total, according to some sources. Therefore, one of the most important operational lessons that this defense teaches us is the need to have robust and prepared allies for defense, regardless of the aggressor. However, the most crucial lesson is that fighter jets are the best defense against drones. In fact, almost all of the 170 drones launched were shot down by fighter jets. These drones, known as kamikazes, despite flying at a cruising speed of 160 kilometers per hour, operate at very low altitudes, making them difficult to detect by ground radars. This means that ground air defenses can only detect and intercept them when they are almost on top of them. On the other hand, fighter jets, flying thousands of meters high, can detect these drones dozens of kilometers away, lock them as targets, and easily shoot them down with short and medium-range air-to-air missiles. The same principle applies to cruise missiles. Like drones, they fly at low altitude, but are much faster, with some models reaching speeds close to 1,000 kilometers per hour. This makes them even more challenging to intercept for ground air defenses, as they appear and disappear from radars in a matter of seconds. Therefore, in the face of a large attack with drones and cruise missiles, the strategy is to intercept them from the air using fighter jets, while ground air defenses focus on intercepting ballistic missiles. Ballistic missiles follow predictable trajectories that take them to high altitudes, being easily detected by advanced ground radars, which accurately calculate where they should impact. This information is then transmitted to the units responsible for interception. Another crucial aspect for the success of the defense against large air attacks is the use of early warning systems, including long-range ground radars, aircraft equipped with sensors and radars, and even satellites in orbit. The United States, for example, maintains an extensive network of satellites around the world dedicated to detecting infrared signals associated with the launch of ballistic missiles. When one of these signals is detected, a confirmation and coordination process is activated to intercept the threat. The presence of various early warning systems, including satellites, played a crucial role in the ability to intercept 99% of the attacks. This defense also demonstrated that saturating a modern and well-prepared defense system is much more difficult than previously thought. Even with more than 300 missiles and drones launched, the defenses remained effective, blocking an attack that could have been extremely destructive. This gigantic anti-air defense goes beyond to simply being an operational failure for Iran. In fact, it represents a serious strategic setback with unpredictable consequences for the Tehran regime, whose ambitions to expand its regional influence have been severely undermined. Now, the question remains, will this defeat be an incentive for Iran to change course, or will the regime cling even more to its aggressive rhetoric and threats of retaliation? Leave your comment below.